page 14 and 15, the factors that influence communication. This is lesson 2 in my Google Drive. During the course of a day, during any day, we have to deal with a number of different communication situations. Sometimes we find ourselves struggling to communicate effectively. We should then stop to think if one of the factors that influence communication could be at the root of the problem. If it does, we make allowances and approach the situation differently. So the first thing will be about personality. We all have different personalities. One person is outgoing, talk a lot, laugh a lot, always have lots of friends, and don't have a lot of secrets. Anyone knows everything because she's telling all her things to everyone. I'm like that. I'm an outgoing person. And then you can maybe get an introverted person. A person who is quiet, listens. It's better to listen more than you talk. And think before he speaks. Sometimes those people, if they open their mouth, you can listen, because then they will not talk nonsense. They will talk sense. And it doesn't mean that it's a shy person or a person with no self-esteem. It's just a person who's a quiet type of person. We say introverted person. But people can also be a mix. Wake up, those guys. Wake up, wake up. Do we have a book to follow in? Yeah, page 14. So some people can be shy. You can also have a person who has a low self-esteem. You can have confident people. You can also have pushy people. A person he wants his way, and if you push back, he will push. He wants it. And if you talk against that person, he will keep on until he gets his way. I will say, keep quiet. Tomorrow when we talk about that again, he's forgotten that he was so pushy about this thing. Maybe he'll see another side and maybe think otherwise. So this is about interpersonal relationships. Trying to understand other people. Frame of reference, the second one. As they say here, we are not all the same. We don't come from the same background. We don't know the same things. And we also don't value the same things. So the example that they have here is a single mother coming to her boss and asking for time off to take her child to the hospital. And maybe the boss is not a single mother and she doesn't understand how it is to be, you are devoted. You want to be a good worker, but you also want to be a good mother. And you are torn between this. And so the boss must try to put herself in the shoes of the single mother. Although I'm not a single mother, I must try to understand how your life is. So that is my frame of reference and how I try to understand and put myself in the shoes of someone else. 5.3, reasoning. As I was talking about being logical, sorting out a problem. If a problem is very complicated, break it up in parts and see if we can solve it bit by bit. Or maybe where is the beginning? Let's start at the beginning. Where is the bottom line of this? And also, when you write something, don't write the last bit first and so see how you can start from the beginning. Imagine the person who is going to read it doesn't know anything about this thing. Then you can't just start with the end. You must start with an intro and explain the thing, and then you get to that, and then you can ask your question. So that is logical. Just to unpack it in a logical way. Emotions, 5.4, the next one. Emotions can cause barriers. If you're angry with someone, you will not want to listen to them. If you are afraid of someone, you may find it hard to talk to them. Equally, if you are upset about something else that has happened to you, now you are so upset. You are not upset with your boss, but he might take it personally if he sees you are grumpy or your head is not here at that moment, because he doesn't understand that something else at another place upset you. So if you are the boss, try to understand that such a person. We can all get upset sometime. And maybe go back later and talk about it again. Maybe when you can see that person is upset now. But sometimes, things are urgent and it has to be done now if you're upset or not. So it's about interpersonal relationships. Being nice to other people, trying to understand each other. Meaning or semantics, number 5.5, the last one here, is semantics is the meaning of words. And that can also be very different in different backgrounds. So one word can have two meanings. In school you had homonyms and homophones, those words that look the same but can have two meanings, or they are spelled differently but they sound the same when you pronounce them, and they have different meanings. I'm wearing pants, but where are you? So, I don't know. Maybe we can get better examples. Also in languages. Different languages. I know some South Sotho, the Sotho that they speak in the Free State. I know when they say kilapile, I'm hungry. When I'm tired, is kigatetsi. When I go to Botswana, the Tswana people, they say kilapile, it means I'm tired. They use the same word, but they use it for another meaning. And also in Northern Transvaal, the North Sotho people, they pronounce their words a little harder, but they say instead of huh. But also they use different words like that. Some words is different. So maybe you will also have such words. I don't know. It's just an example. And English is not my first language. Afrikaans is. And not each one of you, our first language is what? Your first language might be English. One person. But when you speak any Afrikaans, understand a little. And other people are also, Xhosa is their first language, understand a little Afrikaans, but English is the one that we use in business in South Africa. So, best way is to try to better your English and your pronunciation. I sent 2 links on the WhatsApp groups, but you are a new class, so I will send it to you again. Also, there's a joke that just came up. Person standing there, 2 guys, and they say, what is the word for this thing? Okay, paper. The guys say pepper. If you ask me for pepper, I will give you pepper to throw on your food, sprinkle on your food. So paper, pepper. But they also, that guy had two toothpastes with him, Aquafresh and Sensodyne. And he said, "What's this called?" That guy says, "It's Colgate." All toothpastes are Colgate. Yeah. All baby diapers are Pampers, but it is not. What do you call Huggies or whatever is also called Pampers. Because that's the way. I grew up in the Free State with them people talking about surf for washing powder. You'd send me to go buy surf, and I come back with surf, real surf. And then you say, no, the surf I like is Umu. So there's 2 videos with jokes that I can send to you. Okay, there's an example here of an itinerary. What itinerary means? Yeah, the time is up. Itinerary is a big word that this person in this example did not understand. The boss is going on a business trip and he asks his secretary for his itinerary, and that was the list that she typed out for when should you be at the airport. Your flight number is this. You will land at that time. That person will come pick you up. You will go stay in that hotel. You must go to a meeting. It will be at that time, at that address. That is your whole program of the meeting that he's going to. And he took that thing and he came home and he put it down and he was starting to pack his suitcase, and he asked his wife, "Where's my itinerary? Did you see where I put down my itinerary?" But she doesn't know the word because she doesn't work in that office, and she doesn't know that word. She doesn't need to know that word. So she said, "No, I don't know where that thing is." what is it? And he said, it's the list of things for my trip. And she said, oh yeah, I saw it. It's there. So easily it can happen if you don't understand a word or a word has two meanings. Right, thanks guys. Page 15.